The government institution holding your pensions in trust is bleeding. As the Auditor General's report reveals, SSNIT lost over 50 million cedis from liquidation of some of its investments. The Social Security and National Insurance Trust, SSNIT, registered a total loss of $11.79 million from the liquidation of 3 of its investments, with a total cash outlay of $14.768 million. The report also says that SSNIT has more than 440 million cedis locked up in non-performing investment. The Auditor General is therefore urging the management of SSNIT to investigate the non-performance of these investments to ensure value for money. Let's take you to some of the graphics that we prepared for you on this story. And so, as you can see on your screen right now, the name of the company of this liquidation, as far as the investment is concerned, Ningo Salt Company Limited. The date of acquisition, July 5, percentage holding, 40%, amount invested, 6,080,000, loss, 6,080,000, everything gone. And the remarks here is that SSNIT invested Ningo Salt Limited in 2005 by injecting $1.93 million as equity and $4.15 million as debt finance. Declaration of solvency dated the 1st of October 2019. NSL has sold all its assets and has paid off its liabilities. Shareholders were not paid any surplus. So that is what SSNIT found as far as this company is concerned, Ningo Salt Company. And all of this is from the Auditor General's report. And so the other company, Granite and Marbles Limited, the date of investment, July 9. We have 22% in that investment, 3,650,000. And then again, you could see that everything was lost in that investment. The remarks there is that SSNIT only received an outstanding amount of 428,337.07 pesos, representing unpaid Social Security contributions and penalty up to December 2012, with a check number, of course, 00153, dated the 28th of February 2020. Shareholders were not paid any surplus. Again, the other company, Canada Investment Fund for Africa. The date stated there, June 5, the percentage, 2.37%. We invested 153. The loss there, 2,664,109. And the remarks, the fund has so far distributed 2,953,541 as of September 2014 to the trust. The last time the CIFA, that's the Canada Investment Fund for Africa, remitted funds was in March 2015. No evidence of further distribution was cited. And so you have a total there of 11,794,109. That's the loss provided there by SSNIT. And so let's go on to Zoom now. My colleague Kweku Asante has also been looking at the document, of the Auditor General. Kweku, take us through some of the interesting details of the investments, the losses, and some of the other findings of the Auditor General.
All right, Ernest. So just as you've just gone through, what you just went through was that of the 3 investments that SSNIT had made with pensioners' money, which have all failed, and so SSNIT has lost this amount of money. But there are very interesting points also in SSNIT. This report from the Auditor General saying that SSNIT has lost about 440 million cedis. It's not actually lost it, but these are funds that have gotten locked in non-performing investments.
Okay.
And the Auditor General has some very strict words for them. They say that these investment losses occurred as a result of poor oversight responsibility and non-existent controls. Other contributing factors were finance officers' failure to properly file and keep records, management's failure to ensure the security and safety of vital documents, non-maintenance of return check registers, management's inertia in complying with procedures stipulated in the Public Financial Management Act and poor accounting systems. So it's almost as though laws have been breached. There's been a lot of poor record keeping that has made SSNIT lost a lot of money, that it used pensioners' money, thinking that it can recoup some profits and in turn use that to pay pensioners. The report goes ahead to that, there were the whole irregularities that were cited in this year's Auditor General's report. I mean, sum up to 1.8 billion Ghana cedis. And out of this amount, 442,780,876 pesos is on SSNIT alone. And so SSNIT is contributing a substantial amount of the losses and the irregularities, financial irregularities in the SSNIT report.
Okay.
And so
the Auditor General, pointed to poor.
What is saying is that SSNIT and other such agencies. All right, and so there are some of these issues are what the Auditor General has raised, that poor record keeping. Sometimes people are paying checks, they are not finding the checks and all that. And so the Auditor General is strictly urging states and other managers to keep all these records and also to be able to ensure that their managers actually keep these records. And what we know finally is that, as in, if this was probably John level, there could have been a time where they say, okay, these officers should be surcharged this amount because it is through this officer's negligence that the state is losing that amount of money. This Auditor General's report, in terms of this specific recommendation and issues from the state, does not recommend any surcharges.
All right, Kweku, thank you very much for bringing us those details. Of course, there were no, instructions to surcharge, but a few of the revelations also in the Auditor General's reports. SSNIT has 442.7 million locked up in non-performing investment. That's according to the Auditor General's report. Kweku tried explaining that, but a quote from that report says, cash irregularities related to the misapplication of funds and, of course, funds, non-retirement of interest payment, non-authenticated payment of board allowances to council members without ministerial approval. And that is very significant. Payment of board allowances to council members without ministerial approval, cash locked up in non-performing investment. So out of the total figure, and that is what Kweku tried giving us, of over 1,802,692,501 Ghana cedis, 442,730,876.74 represented cash locked up in non-performing investment by SSNIT. So these are huge losses made by the Auditor General. These occurred as a result of poor oversight responsibility and non-existent controls. Other contributory factors were finance officers' failure to properly file and keep records, management's failure to ensure the security and safety of vital documents, non-maintenance of return check registers, management inertia in complying with procedures stipulated in the Public Financial Management Act, and poor accounting system. So these are some of the revelations in the Auditor General's report. We have reached out to SSNIT. When we get a response from them, we'll bring that to you. You're watching Joy News Prime.